All right, all right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday if you're watching live, and enjoy the replay on whatever day you are. If you are watching the replay, but hopefully you get to it soon because that moon is happening now. Um, Welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Jake. I am a hypnotherapist, quantum guide. I do QHHT, future life progression, hypnosis in quite a few forms. And if you'd like to know more about that, check out my website, which I'll pull up in a moment. And I'm joined here by Corbin, my husband and my lovely co-host for today. Corbin, you want to introduce yourself?
Good early morning, everyone. My name's Corbin. I'm a Hellenistic astrologer. I use a lot of ancient techniques, but I kind of interpret things in whatever lens I feel like, is best for the moment. Very excited to talk about this Pisces full moon. Jake and I were both Pisces suns, so pretty jazzed about this moon overall. We love the Pisces energy over here. It's just a really potent time too. So yeah.
That it is. So if you want to know more about my practice, if you are interested in booking with me, check my website out over here, rayoflighthypnosis.com. It's linked down below for bookings. Click on the bookings link and you'll see all of my offerings here, including that free consultation. If you'd like to chat, talk about your goals, talk about hypnosis more. If you have questions, comments, concerns, I am happy to meet and talk about that with you. Otherwise, feel free to peruse my options here. Connection to your higher self, tapping into the future, insight in career and relationships, all that stuff. So definitely check out my bookings there if you are interested in learning more. All right.
Good early morning to Lori. Good morning, Lori. Nice to see you in the chat. And
Hi,
hey to
Lori.
Ocean.
And Ocean, yes, thank you for sending your love and support from the through the quantum, because it looks like you were last night putting this comment in. So thank you, Ocean. Sending you love. Good to see you as always. All right, guys. So we are talking the Pisces Pisces full
Lunar.
moon eclipse, lunar eclipse. Yes, thank you. Which is obviously happening tomorrow, if you don't know. And it's definitely been a big energy, lots going on. So we'll be definitely getting into that. Before we do the usual, like, share, subscribe, please. It does help get this message out to people. Share this with someone who you think might enjoy the message. And I'll be leading you guys through a meditation, a activation themed around this full moon later. So that will be a great moment to tune into the energies. And I think it'll be a really lovely meditation for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Jake, I love that you were kind of like alluding to like, ooh, it's already here. We're already feeling it. And you're absolutely right. The kind of the techniques of an eclipse is that we usually get to see some of the actions that go into it about a week before. So let us know in the chat what's been going on for you inside the last week. I'll definitely be directly talking about what happened in this last week as we get into the astrology here. But I think at least from the conversations that I've had with folks, it does feel like eclipse season is already here with a bang.
Absolutely. And with some intense energies, I thought we'd start the show today a little different than we normally do, with a short little moon attunement. I've got my 432 hertz tuning fork that will be dropping into our heart and finding that center, finding that grounded place, taking a few deep breaths. So if you are able to, feel free to close your eyes and just settle into the moment, be present here with us. And if you can't, if you're driving or something like that, of course, keep doing that. Pay attention to what you need to do. But otherwise, join me in closing your eyes and tuning into this 432 hertz. Feeling that heart energy, that frequency. Taking a deep breath in. Letting it out slowly. Telling your body that it is safe, it is here, it is present, it is okay. Another deep breath in. And letting it out. And one last deep breath in. And letting it out. Wonderful. Thank you guys. Hopefully that was good for you. It was good for me. I needed that. As a Pisces, my emotions sometimes roil a little bit, bubble, boil, all that stuff. And I know for me, taking those moments, really grounding, being present, breathing, it's so simple, but it really does make a difference. So sending you guys love. All right. Let's get into it, Corbin. So first, we wanted to share with you guys our crystal pick for this energy, for this Pisces moon. And this does have some Virgo ties to it, of course, because we've got that Virgo Pisces axis. But we chose agate for you guys. So I've got this beautiful piece here with that lovely geode inside. You can see it sparkling and glowing in there. And I love agate because of all of the like translucent rings that it has. It just has this otherworldly quality to it, I feel like, when you're looking into it. And Corbin, you have a couple examples, yeah?
Yeah, I have this little moss agate bear that always sits on my desk. He's super duper cute. I just love him so much. Agate's one of those stones that kind of shows up in almost all of the colors of the rainbow. But it's also like an incredibly porous stone too. And so often you might find agate that's been dyed. It might be like really bright blue or bright pink or something like that. I have another piece of agate here too. I have a fun little massage wand that's made of crazy lace agate. So it really has those intense bandings, really bright colors. I really love crazy lace agate too. All the different forms of agate are really fun, and each have their own different properties to them, kind of dependent on whatever you're curious about working with.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that really stuck out to me with agate was like its anti-stress and its soothing qualities, which again, as a Pisces, I can use some soothing sometimes. The anxiety, the stress can get to us. We are sensitive beings, and so when you're feeling that Pisces energy, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. And so, a good stone to work with for that. Yeah. Anything else you want to add on agate before we bounce along, Corbin?
No, I mean, I feel like the anti-stress is perfect for this season with the eclipse and everything. I also know that we had talked about agate as a good pick just because of the kind of vitality and the energy and the strength, kind of like a boost in your step, which I think right now, especially again with the eclipse season, just having a little bit more gas in the tank is probably helpful for everyone. Seems to be a little bit active and extra energy and a little bit busy right now. So be sure to grab some agate. And of course you can, moss agate, right? Green heart chakra, you can think about that. There's crazy lace that's blue. That could be throat if that's something that you're working on. There's probably like a variety of agate to assist you in whatever you're going through this eclipse season.
Absolutely. And hello, Ken. Good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good early morning, Ken. I hope you have a nice cup with you.
Oh yeah, it was definitely needed warm beverage. I mean, I've got my smoothie as well. Got breakfast here. So hopefully you guys are comfy and cozy as well. I know we've been getting the cooler weather. Things have definitely shifted with Virgo season, and I have just been tired. I've been wanting to just cuddle up under a blanket and really settle into that. So let us know how you guys are feeling too, whether you're shifting seasons or maybe you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you're feeling that tilt towards spring. But yeah, it is definitely an interesting moment. And I know you've talked to me a little bit already, Corbin, but I'm excited to hear more about the energies of the eclipse and the astrology year.
Yeah, it's a good comment that you're making about the change in the season, though, because it's just so pronounced this year. And you're right, whether you're living in the northern or southern hemisphere, we're in that mutable season, right? That season of change. So whether you're changing from, summer to fall or winter to spring, we all are experiencing that mutability. We're wearing long sleeves in these shows for the first time in a really long time. And, we had quite a cool spell here. But then again, I hear that next week it's going to hit 80 again. And so it's like, all right, the change is here. Things are coming, things are shifting. So, no matter where you are in the world, you're experiencing that mutability of the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and good morning to you, Tammy. Thanks so
Oh,
much for
morning,
joining.
Tammy.
Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope
Mhm,
the intense energies are that you're sorting through them all right, and that you've got support over there. Sending you love.
mhm. See, Jake, I said folks would be around early in the morning.
It's interesting. We definitely. I mean, this is a non-standard time for us, but it's a different vibe in the morning. I don't know. I feel um, like I feel like we're getting together for coffee, even though I mean we can't see you guys, but it feels like that morning gathering. Like the day's just starting. There's no pressure to like be all polished and professional yet. We're just having our coffee or your tea or your mushroom coffee if you're us. And yeah, it's a fun vibe. I don't know. Let us know. Should we stick to this 9 a.m.? I don't know. Could be fun. Could be fun. All right, Corbin, you want to jump into the astrology and share some with us?
Yeah, let's jump into the astrology. Can you pull up? Oh, perfect. Awesome. Alrighty. So here we have the wheel. And right off the bat, we'll see that we have our sun over here in Virgo at 15 Virgo and our moon over here at 15 Pisces. And this is our full moon. We also call it a lunar eclipse because we have the moon right next to the North Node. North Node is in Pisces right now. Just the topic of the moment here. What I'm going to do though, because I mentioned that a lot of times the energy of the eclipse starts to come in the week before, I want to back up to last weekend. So I'm going to move the chart just a few days back here and use this moment to illustrate for everyone some big changes that happened since last weekend that, as I have talked to some of my friends and family, has really been prominently felt throughout the collective. So the first thing that we're going to see as we move forward, Saturn is going to move from Aries into Pisces. That's a big change. And Mercury over here will move from Leo into Virgo. So we'll start moving this forward here. This was last weekend. And on September 1st, we had Saturn retrograde enter into Pisces. That's really going back to some energy that we've been experiencing over the last couple of years here. And then just the next day, Mercury stepped into Virgo. And this is the axis here where we have our eclipse, where we have our full moon. And so it's like two planets came into the conversation just at the right time. They've really shown up to be part of the message of what's going on. And so we're going to spend a lot of time kind of talking about that. The week continued to progress and the moon kind of came through Capricorn and Sag, and here we are moving now into our full moon. So one of the first things that I thought was so interesting about this last week that I kept hearing about was I had a whole bunch of folks coming up to me saying, gosh, it feels like a Mercury retrograde. What is going on? We started to have a bunch of those kind of traditional delays, slowdowns, communication problems, tech problems that started to kick off this week. We all had like a long weekend with Labor Day. And when folks went back to kind of traditional work on Tuesday, it was very different than it had been the week before. Jake, do you want to share about just some of the like delays and breakdowns that we experienced this week? Because there's probably more than I can count.
Oh yeah, it's been I mean it's been a couple moments of just kind of laughing because you're like, oh, what more? We had I mean we had our internet go down last week, and then they were supposed to come out and fix it Tuesday. never showed up, and then rescheduled to Thursday. That was very inconvenient, tech focused, and a reschedule. We've been getting our siding redone, and so there was some residual things that needed to be done with that. And it was another case where no communication, but they needed to reschedule. And because I reached out, they're like, oh yeah, we need to schedule that for the next day. And it's like, what's going on?
My
there
favorite part
was
in all of this was when the tech called and he said he couldn't find our house.
Oh
As
yeah.
if the GPS couldn't locate our house. And I'm thinking, what? Like, what is this?
And it took him like an hour. It took him like another hour to get here. And it was like, what's going on? What is this? And
Yeah.
it just felt like those moments of just like waiting and waiting and waiting on someone else or something else. And just the reschedules, the reviews, the revamp. I mean,
Mhm.
so many different plans and ideas that we've had too have been switched and turned around, and oh nope, that's not going to work. Gotta review it, gotta change it up. So
And
it's been
while
wild.
we had the Mercury retrograde like a couple months ago, and oh, good morning, Sierra.
Yeah, good morning, Sierra.
Um,
No, it's not just you. We are all
yeah,
feeling this.
and
Right,
ditto,
Mars.
Lori. Yeah, no, it's just been an interesting week, but the energy again of Mercury in an opposition with Saturn, right? Saturn's that energy that's going to say, slow down. Nope, we got a curveball. This isn't happening as planned. And so, what I want to emphasize though about this, because this is a static moment in time, right? Now I'm going to animate the chart and we're going to go forward the next few days because there's something about this energy that's growing in its like intensity as Mercury continues to move late into some of the later degrees of Virgo over the next few weeks. It will come into more of a direct opposition with Saturn, which is degree based then at this time. As Mercury gets later into Virgo, this kind of moment will become more intense. And so kind of around September 15th, we're starting to see that become exact. The 15th, the 16th, the 17th, these are the days that are actually leading right up to our next new moon that we have, the second new moon in Virgo. And so any of these kind of like Mercury retrograde moments, things that feel like that are bubbling up right now, I just have to say there's something about that might come to a head just before our next new moon. So keep in mind and keep close to your emotions as you're dealing with and responding to these delays. There's something about this story that has another phase and another chapter. I would say 15th, 16th, 17th, and then moving into the next new moon. It's just been so prominent for a lot of folks that I've heard from and a lot of folks here inside of the chat. And so, a reminder when Saturn takes us off of our plan or our path or what we've intended on doing, it really is a cosmic reminder to restructure things in the best way possible for yourself. Saturn wants you to be creating things that are enduring, that last time, that are, kind of steadfast. And so if there's a delay in something right now, it's really just to Virgo, go back to the drawing board, figure out your strategy, get your ducks in a row. And it's okay. Pisces tells us to trust and have faith in the timing of all of this. When Jake and I had to reschedule our show again, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? But the real message of Pisces is to, kind of trust in the higher power, to, trust in the universe as it unfolds and to go along with that. So I just wanted to mention this right off the bat because this feeling of, I just keep calling it feels like a Mercury retrograde, I think is really part of this moment in time and the next couple of weeks here. Okay, I think one of the other big things that I want to talk about that's a theme that's going on right now. Now, again, one of the things that I wanted to point out here was that Saturn just tiptoed back into Pisces. Saturn had been in Aries for, I think it was like 90 or 91 days. It was just about 3 months. And often in these chats, I've talked about how this summer is a preview of coming attractions, about how the summer of 2025 really is an indication about, spring of 26 for the next few years and on. as Saturn tiptoes back into Pisces this week, and as part of this moon here, boy oh boy, has the emotional like level of things really turned up. You know, this past summer, we've individually and uniquely in our own ways kind of started something new. We all had our Aries initiative. We might have started a new job. We might have started a new hobby. It could have been a different role or a relationship. Well, after 90 days of experiencing that, you probably have some feelings that have built up. And while we were in that Aries push where everything was new and exciting, we were kind of just being led by passion. We were just going, just doing, and kind of being caught up in that Aries energy of go, 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 often going without knowing where you're going. Now, as Saturn has tiptoed back into Pisces, it's like, well, how do I feel about everything that's gone on this last summer? How am I reflecting on that? I'm finally having a moment of calm stillness to look back to reflect. And as I've been hearing from folks who are starting to go through this, oh, there's a lot of unprocessed emotions from the last few months that really are bubbling up in large ways. So I've definitely heard about a few kind of overflowing emotions, kind of a burst of catharsis. And, Pisces really is that energy in the sign about working with your emotions, about being in tune with your emotional body. It doesn't matter how you express these emotions, singing, dancing, drawing, painting. I don't know, you could pantomime or act, but like, as your newer experiences create these emotional triggers inside of you, it's really, really, really important to find ways to be expressing that. And the ways that you work on expressing that will help you to deal with some of the more difficult things. Pisces is really, Pisces Virgo, it's really about this energy of letting go of the 3D Virgo, how, what, why kind of thing, and stepping into more of this 5D sense of oneness, of unity, of, okay, I'm just going to kind of give it up to God and let you fill in the details here. And our feelings and our emotions right now really are being triggered in a way. And so if you're going through that right now, my best advice is just make sure that you're taking the time to honor it. Pisces, while they aren't really great at having boundaries and often can kind of pick up on other people's emotions, they're really good though about taking the time to work with those. And so if there's a true message that's inside of this full moon here, it's that now is the moment in time to sit with the emotions, to work through some of them, because this really is guiding you again to have a better leap forward into next spring, into next year, into the next phase of whatever you're going through. Oh, good morning, Beth.
I know, I saw Beth. If I can
Nice
just
to
jump in
see
quick, we had
Mhm.
read one of our favorite books by Braca, and she talked about the full moon and some of the activities that you could think about doing for the. Yeah, there we go. Here, I'll pull it up so you guys can see. Great book here by Braca Goldsmith. But one of the things that she said, which just keeps circling in my head, is like turn off all your technology and spend a few hours alone.
Mhm.
And there have been so many moments where I just want to like chuck my phone this week and just throw it away and just be done with it. I've spent a lot of time making art and just like being in my own space, my own
Mhm.
energy, listening to music. And so I definitely encourage you guys, if you are feeling these tough emotions, having these tough moments, don't do that thing where you stuff it down and just keep muscling ahead, because that may be more of that Virgo, like just got to get it done, responsibility kind of mindset. But the Pisces needs to honor it. You need to take that moment. And so even yesterday, I had anxiety bubbling up, and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to rush through things. I need to start taking action." And then I
Mhm.
sat with it for a moment. I was like, "Does the Pisces full moon tell me that I should be taking a bunch of action right now?" No, it doesn't. So if you're feeling any semblance of resonance with that and with what I've been feeling, encourage you, get creative, take some quiet time.
Yep. No, it's really great. It just emphasizes that message, with the South Node isn't on this chart, right? But it's on the opposite end of the North Node here. And the South Node is in Virgo right now, which indicates that, yes, some of these 3D things, some of these processes, some of all of this is that thing to be letting go of right now, and just stepping into the unity, the oneness, the creativity, the dreams, there's a way that when you step into the 5D right now, it can help make the 3D better. And that's actually part of how we manifest too, right? We're going to pull it through the 5, bring it into the 3. Back to my notes here. We're rambling. Both Pisces and Virgo, they're like our mutable signs. They're definitely more of like the chameleons. They can kind of shift and change to be very, very much influenced by external. And it's important right now with Pisces to not be changing so much to the will of others. This is kind of back to that topic of boundaries. We don't want to be losing ourselves. So I just want to put a little bit of like yes, escapism could be like a potential downfall right now. Yes, kind of transmuting so much of yourself that there's nothing left could be a problem right now. We do have the Sun in Virgo and Mercury in Virgo kind of keeping us in our bodies. Just remember to like stay just a little bit tuned in. But again, letting go of the how, letting the universe fill in the steps, using fantasy to create the world that you want, or to hold on to the vision of the world that you want, because it might not be happening right now, especially with all the retrogrades. It might take a little bit of time to get there. Believing in oneness, believing in love, like this is all really important right now. It's time to get optimistic and hopeful. I brought up this Sabian symbol for this one, and that would be the degree at which this moon is over here at 15 Pisces. And I love looking at folks' interpretations of like what that particular degree is about. And 15 Pisces is really about this concept of the flow of inspiration. So Jake, I kind of love how you were talking about you escaped into art and creativity and these ways that you can express yourself. There's really something about this moon here at 15 Pisces that is asking us to get quiet. So yes, there's a lot going on out there, but it's really important to be taking that moment for self. It's important. It's like really important as a part of like our life's practice to find that inner peace, to connect to here and now, and at the same time to like the eternal that is everywhere. So you can put down that to-do list for a moment in time to tune up yourself. It's really worth it. The other thing that I see that really going on right now in this chart, I get oriented here. Here we go. We have Jupiter up in Cancer, and Jupiter's our traditional ruler of Pisces, which is why I'm looking at Jupiter to get a little bit of sense of what's going on here. And Jupiter is in a square right now with Mars over in Libra. And actually, if we back up the chart, just like to talk about what's happened inside of the last week. So if we go to a week ago, 17 and 15, this actually, as we've gone through the week, that square has perfected, and it's actually now diminishing and kind of lessening. But I think there's quite a message here for all of us as it relates to what some of the opportunities inside of this full moon relate to. So again, I think this is really important. Jupiter is our traditional exaltation ruler of Pisces. Mars is also a triplicity ruler. So for all of the water elements, Mars has a little bit of rulership here. And I just think that this really speaks to some opportunity, Cancer, around healing some family or karmic or deeply rooted emotional problems, things, relationships that might be going on. With Mars over here in Libra, it's asking us to take action, to find harmony, to find balance, to find justice. And again, I think with the Cancer signature here, this really could be going on in family relationships, or like those relationships that were part of your upbringing. This could also be just amongst those who are very close or nurturing towards you. There's also this idea here about service that I think really comes up. Jupiter in Cancer to me very much is like Jesus Christ energy. It's the guru, it's the preacher, it's the teacher, it's the nurturer, and there's that sort of idea here of bringing that action to others, assisting others with that. I think there's a strong message right now of, if you are able to help those who are hurting, there can be a large, I have tingles everywhere. There can be a lot of karmic relief for both yourself and that other person. I know at a few moments in my week, I had someone reach out to me for a little bit of astrology help, and I was going through a lot of my own personal things, and I found it inside of myself to, put my things away and to pour my energy into assisting this other person. And at the end of it, I realized that that helped me get out of my funk, which I thought was really interesting. So there might be something in the message right now of helping others as a way to help ourselves. Again, if Pisces is representative of the oneness of all, helping someone else is helping yourself. And I just think that that is like really emphasized here. I think there's a lot of opportunity for healing, for growth, for transformation, for balancing energies, balancing karma. It's an eclipse season, right? This is all, in the cards for a big moment in time like that. But I just wanted to kind of emphasize what an opportunity here with two rulers of Pisces. Squares can be more challenging moments. It might be it might cause you to practice your patience to kind of go through this, or it might be, it might, Saturn, it might require a level of emotional maturity. With Saturn in Pisces, that's definitely a theme that could be coming up right now. Having the emotional maturity to step out and help someone, maybe if you don't even want to help them, or you feel like you've been burned by them a few times. The oneness of it all might say that there could be big healing for you to step in and help if you can at this time. Of course, be aware of your own personal boundaries. And yeah, just other than that, I think let us know what you're going through overall. It just really seems like the Saturn Mercury is really felt by a lot of folks right now. But I also think this undercurrent of the opportunity between Jupiter and Mars to really be working on healing in profound ways is here for all of us at this time.
Mm-hmm. As you were talking about the service aspect or helping people, I had a client recently share or put it this way. They said it's service to all, not service to self or service to others. Yeah. And it's such a simple way of putting it, but it really, like, for me, it really had this shift of like, oh yeah, there is a third option. I think we oftentimes pit service to self, service to others as these polarities, right? But there is a third option. It's that service to all. It's that remembrance and that recognition and that true embodiment of the connection between us all, and understanding that it's not just isolating yourself from everyone else and serving yourself. Neither is it only serving others and denying yourself, because you're a part of it too. You're a part of that all. You are a God spark as well. And so that just kept circling in me. So I felt called to share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely, Beth. Healing ourselves helps to heal the all. Mm-hmm.
One, back to just the Virgo Pisces axis, Virgo Mercury, right? Pisces Jupiter. We need to let go of the details of the hows, of the whys, of all the mercurial stuff. Listen, you're not going to left brain your way out of this right now. Period. Give it up to God. Give it up to the right brain. Give it up to like whatever you want to. But the answer is not in the left brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. which is part of why I love meditation and I love visualization and I love the hypnosis work that I do. And I think that this meditation for you guys today will be really helpful in shifting out of that left brain, really helping you to get into that flow state, to tap into your emotions and where you're at, and work on that release, because full moon, especially an eclipse full moon, is going to be about that release. And so yeah, and I really love what Lori said here, even creating new level of family, generational healing,
Mhm.
leaving behind broken, evil, ancestral patterns.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. You got it. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Any last thoughts on the astrology, or anything else you want to share, Corbin, before we?
Well, no, I know we're trying to be brief because you have a session after this. So
We do. Yes, I do have
we're
a
doing
session,
good
guys.
at being brief. Let's stick with it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. So yeah, we're aiming to be done before the hour today, because I have a session just a bit after this. So thanks, guys, for joining us this morning, and you're still getting all the good stuff, but these couple of Pisces are trying to be brief, trying to be to the point. Anyway, here I am rambling again. All right, so Corbin, I will pull you down here, and for those of you joining live in this meditation, joining on the replay, feel free to get comfortable. Of course, if you're doing stuff, if you're driving or doing something else like that, maybe not the time for meditation. Oh, love you too, Sierra. Sending you love. You, Emma, Dan. All right. So settling into the moment here, making yourself comfortable, whether that's just sitting back, whether that's finding a spot to lie down. Just letting yourself relax here into this moment. We'll just be here for a few minutes. Hopefully, there's nothing else that you need to do. And as you settle in, just allowing your eyes to close. Feeling your eyelids heavy and sleepy. Just feeling relaxed and peaceful in this moment. And even if maybe you aren't feeling the most peaceful or the most calm, giving yourself permission to explore that. What would it be like to feel peaceful and calm at this time? And as you settle in and you let your eyes close, just starting to tune into your breath. And as you focus on it, feeling it deepen, feeling it slow. With each in, breathing in the love of the universe. With each exhale, letting it slow down and sharing that love back with the all. In and out. In and out. Just letting that breath, each breath you take, relax you more and more. Feeling yourself settling deeper into the moment. And just allowing that relaxation to flow down your body, starting at the top of your head and your crown, feeling it soften your forehead, those muscles around your eyes, softening your jaw, all those muscles around your mouth, just letting any tension go. Feeling that relaxation as it flows down your neck, softening, relaxing, releasing any tensions flowing down into your shoulders, letting them drop, letting them soften, feeling that relaxation, allowing it to flow down into your arms, all the way down, out your fingertips, letting your arms feel heavy. And that relaxation flowing down your chest and back, down into your belly, letting go, relaxing. That's good. Allowing that relaxation to carry down into your legs, softening your hips, your quads, calves, down into your feet, and letting any tension go, any tightness, letting it flow out, releasing it. That's good. I'm just feeling so relaxed, feeling so calm and safe in this moment. I'd like you to imagine a beautiful white light around you. And if you have your own personal practice for protection, feel free to utilize that. Otherwise, join me in seeing that white light, beautiful white source light of protection surrounding you, all sides of your body, underneath your body. It may be a glowing orb or a bubble around you. Maybe you see it as a pyramid or an octahedron, some other shape. Just feeling that white light glowing, shimmering, knowing that that is your protection. And the white light will stay around you the entire time we do this today. And now feeling that protection, feeling that safety, feeling grounded in your own energy field. I'd like for you to imagine you're on a beautiful tropical island. It's the most beautiful tropical island you can imagine. Maybe you find yourself in the jungle or maybe on the beach, wherever you think is most beautiful and peaceful. And you start to notice around you the rich and green foliage, the palms, the leaves, the vines, bushes and trees and grasses. It's taking in all that beautiful, lush, natural beauty around you. Feeling the ground beneath your feet, maybe sand, maybe rich soil, maybe soft grass, whatever feels safe and comfortable to you. Noticing as well the warmth, the sun shining from above. It's just the perfect temperature. And feeling that gentle breeze as it brushes your face, carrying the smell of the water, the smell of the growth, the greenery all around you. Maybe you even taste the salt on your lips from the ocean. Hearing the sounds of the birds and the animals, all the wildlife around you singing, speaking to you and to others. Just taking it all in, noticing how calm you feel here, how peaceful, as you take in the beauty of Mother Earth around you. As you take it all in the distance, you hear the sound of a gentle waterfall. You start to move towards it, hearing the sounds of the water bouncing, flying around, splashes, gurgling of the water as it dances over the rocks into the water below. And as you approach the water, the sounds growing louder, you see that beautiful waterfall leaping over the edge above you and cascading down into a small pond below. It's so beautiful. It's magical. And the water is calling to you. Mother Earth is calling to you. She's calling you to restoration, calling you to release. And she wants to help you through her waters, assisting you to transform whatever emotions have been weighing on you, any of those tough or heavy emotions or feelings that have been coming up. So take a moment now and think about how you've been feeling. What are those emotions that have been coming up for you? And what is it that you're being called and that you're ready to release? Just take what comes. No need to force. It may be anger, it may be frustration. Maybe you've been feeling guilt or shame, maybe sadness or grief. Whatever emotions you've been feeling, that you've acknowledged, that you understand, and that you're ready to release. You've understood the message here. You've acknowledged these emotions. You've allowed them the space they need, and now you're ready to let them go. So as you're ready, taking a few steps into that pond, stepping down into the water in front of you, just feeling it rise up around your legs, your ankles. And that water is just the perfect temperature. As you wade in deeper, you feel safe. You feel protected by Mother Earth as you enter these waters of release. Wading in now, deeper, feeling the water up around your legs. And you can feel that it's already gently working to soften and soothe. Feeling it lap, feeling its movement, feeling the vibrations from the waterfall. And you make your way towards the waterfall above. And it's gentle enough for you to stand under. Maybe you find the perfect rock to sit on. Maybe you want to stand with your arms outstretched. And as you settle beneath the waters pouring from above, washing down over you. The roar of the water silences all the other sounds around you. It's quiet. All you hear is the water. All you feel is the water. Feeling it washing over you. And as it does, you feel those emotions as they begin to wash away. You may have those emotions rising up in you now. Maybe you see it as dark clouds in the water washing away by the current. You might feel an energetic release, maybe a lightness afterwards. Just notice how it feels as these emotions are washed away, as they begin to float away. And as the waters do their work, as Mother Earth supports you and assists you in this, in the space left by these emotions, in that vacuum, you can feel love, joy, and peace taking their place, flowing back in. Mother Gaia sharing that love, that joy, that peace with you, filling you up as she comforts and supports you. Feeling your cosmic mother embracing you with her waters, supporting you with her earth, and sending this love to you. Just letting those heavy emotions go, feeling them release, knowing that although life has tough seasons, there will always be balance. You will find your way back to love, joy, peace, and light once more. And now, feeling that last release, maybe taking a deep breath, letting it go, feeling that last letting go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And as you do, you receive a vision from Gaia. She's showing you these emotions, that energy that you released, flowing down and down the waters, seeing that energy mingle and merge with the sands and the sediment, flowing, shifting, drifting along the bottom, flowing along with this water. And as it does, you have a sense of time passing, flowing by just as the water flows. And some of that sand, some of that energy, that emotion finds its way into a clam trapped in their shell. And as that time flows by faster and faster, more and more, that sand is transformed into a beautiful and shining pearl. Mama Gaia wants to show you that transformation, that transmutation that she's helped facilitate. That emotion that no longer served, that energy that you no longer needed, repurposed, reused into a beautiful treasure. No energy is wasted. She wants to know that she's available to help you anytime that you wish. Feeling that strong, strong love from Mother Gaia, feeling her gratitude for the connection today, and feeling your own gratitude swelling and sending it back to her. Feeling that gratitude, that love, that light building, growing, expanding, and filling every cell in your body, rejuvenating and refreshing you. And when you're ready, stepping out of the waters once more, back onto the shore, feeling the warmth of the sun once more, feeling that breeze drying you, caressing you, and feeling the gratitude and love still coursing through you. So taking one last deep breath here in this beautiful, peaceful place. That's good. Now, as you're ready, following me back to full awareness, back to the here and now, back into your body and consciousness. As I count from 1 to 5, feeling yourself returning now, coming back. 1 and 2, starting to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, getting your body moving again, feeling your breath returning to normal. 3 and 4, focusing on your physical body, focusing on your surroundings. And 1, back here, fully in the present moment, fully aware, still filled totally with that gratitude and love that you shared with Gaia today. All right. Welcome back, Corbin.
Thank you,
you all.
Jake.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but there's a point in there, I don't know if you heard it in my voice, but I was having the emotions come up. And I was starting to cry, and I was just like, hold this together. You've got a meditation to lead here. But you know, that energy was just so powerful. And I know that for me, some of the emotions, whether it be frustration or anger or grief or sadness or happiness, like emotions come out in tears oftentimes, right? I'm a Pisces, that water element. So let me know how you guys felt, how that went for you guys. And I hope that it was as wonderful for you as it was for me. I mean, I love making these. So
just a few closing words around our full moon and our eclipse here. This is Pisces, y'all. So just a reminder to put down the to-do list. Stop zooming around trying to be so darn productive. It's okay. We don't need to squeeze 3 days into one. It really feels like we've been doing that recently. It's time to focus on our inner worlds. It's time to connect with the oneness of all. It will help us to kind of become more resilient as we continue to navigate and move forward. You know, that newness, that new era, that doesn't stop. But at this time, we're being called to create a more stable emotional foundation through which we can be guided to move forward in the best way. So get quiet. Like, it's so important. I didn't say this earlier, but 15 Pisces is my natal sun. And so if I can get a little preachy here, there is a lot of magic in getting quiet. There's a lot of answers that you can find inside of yourself. Often right now in this world, we do seek a lot of external validation, or, you know, even just gathering information from others to confirm what we think that we know. But there's something so important right now about going inside and about being your own source, because we are source.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you can turn off your devices or even just leave your phone in the car while you go for a walk, definitely worth it. And uh, allow that support from Mother Earth too. You know, Pisces can be ungrounded sometimes. Pisces can be all over the place. And I know for me, grounding is such a huge part of my spiritual hygiene and what I need to do to take care of myself. And sometimes it's not going outside, or maybe I don't have the time to go for a walk, but maybe I can put my feet in the bathtub for a moment, or take a shower, or eat a root vegetable or something like that. I mean, there are creative ways that you can get into it and connect. You can even do a meditation and visualize those roots going from from your root chakra down into the earth and connecting in. There's lots of different ways. So yeah.
I'll plug one thing though, because you said going outside. Speaking of going outside, if you're local here in Minneapolis, make sure you come outside in 2 Saturdays from now and visit Jake and I at the Art on the Edge festival that's here locally in Minneapolis. We will be slaying in some of our beautiful resin crystal crafts, as well as hypnosis and astrology services. So come check us out for that if you're here local in Minnesota. Otherwise, we'll be back in a couple weeks for the next moon show, which be the second Virgo new moon. And Jake, I'm sure you have some great programming next week.
Yes, still kind of working that out, I'll be honest. Why I haven't put a thumbnail up yet. I've been taking a lot of time to really reflect on those Saturnian ways that I show up, and what is sustainable, and what is resonant for me, and what is right for me. And so yeah, more to come on that. Might have a guest next week, might do a solo show. We'll see. Kind of going with the flow, and
Pisces, go with the flow. Yeah.
Taking the time that I need, and allowing that inspiration to strike before I commit. And whether you guys join on replay or live, that's all right. I definitely, we'll see what next week brings, because there's still some energy to work through this weekend, and I have a session here in a half hour, so we should let you guys go. All right, guys, sending you love
for joining us.
Thank you, and we'll see you later. All right, bye, guys.